right, so we're here today with Ryan Combs, and Ryan, you are the Executive Director of the Research Triangle Regional Partnership. And
Correct.
so give me the elevator speech about what that is.
Yeah, so the Research Triangle Regional Partnership is a 12-county regional economic development organization, and we're really tasked with going out and selling the strength of our region to the rest of the world and drive interest and drive investment back into the region.
Understood. So regions in North Carolina have played a large part of our history, and so if you could, in about a minute or less, describe to me the nuances between Eastern North Carolina and Western North Carolina barbecue.
Vinegar base versus tomato base.
Yeah, and you can call it Lexington style.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, so he did that in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Yeah. So as our state emerges from COVID, and we come out of this hopefully stronger than we went in, where do you see the opportunities for the region that you have here, and really statewide? Because I know you have a lot of activities outside of this region, even in North Carolina.
Yeah. So, from a state standpoint, we've set ourselves up perfectly. Lowest corporate tax rate in the country now. You see the trends. People are moving from the Northeast. People are moving from the West. They want to come. They want our access to talent. They want our quality of life. They want all of the great things that make this state great. And so it's fun to go out every day and preach about North Carolina, but specifically to our region, and something I'm very passionate about and something I know you're very passionate about is agriculture and agriculture technology. I'm really excited about the update to NC State with the Plant Science Initiative coming online in February of 2022. I think we've just got to go out and sell our region and sell our state better to drive more interest and drive investment back into North Carolina. If you look at it, St. Louis is kind of known throughout the world as the ag tech hub of the United States, but we actually have more plant scientists located right here in the RTP than they do in St. Louis. They just do a great job of promoting themselves, and so that's one of the things we're really passionate about, is going out and saying this is a true ag tech hub. But to talk more about the cluster, we've got BASF, we've got Syngenta, we've got companies like AgBiome and Pairwise that are exploding. AgBiome started with 2 people, they are up to about 160 now, and so we want to grow that ecosystem. We want to attract more plant scientists to the region, and it's going to help the farmer in the field.
Oh, it absolutely will, and all the pieces are in place in North Carolina, because you've got an industry now that's almost $100 billion. We're right there on the cusp of being $100 billion, by far our state's largest industry. The Research Triangle Park that you mentioned, the plant scientists that are here, the ag tech that's here just in the RTP area with NC State University, and there are some other universities that I've heard of in the area.
That's right. But
you got North Carolina A&T is a great land-grant university, turning out more vet students than any other school in the country right now. People don't realize that. It's just, there are tremendous opportunities because you've got the production and you've got the research, and the two marry together. I think we've got the best Department of Agriculture in the country, and you got the economic developers and NC State, A&T. I mean, we just need to pull this together into a unified effort.
That's right. We do. We have all the pieces of the puzzle that we need. Yeah. We just got to put it all together and go out and sell it. And I think we've got a bright future ahead.
And there are other things as you look at it statewide too. I believe that we deal with 90-some different commodity groups. So we have an incredibly diverse agricultural production system, and that goes from 5 or 6 feet above sea level to 5,000 feet above sea level, where we see these commodities produced in this state that feeds not only North Carolina, but feeds the world.
Yeah, so when we go out and promote the state as a whole as an agriculture hub, we have 90 different commodity groups. We've got the perfect climate. We can grow palm trees or we can grow Christmas trees. And so we really have it all here for everybody.
We do. And the partnerships, before we end the conversation, let's talk a little bit about the partnerships. I think anybody that has worked in North Carolina, not just in agriculture in North Carolina, but if you've seen this state grow over the last 25 to 50 years, it's about partnerships and public-private partnerships in many cases. And so as you look at that and you look at the work that you do, tell me how you're able to leverage that in the work that you do to attract investment to North Carolina.
Absolutely. I think back on what somebody told me a couple years ago, that this region and this state is probably the easiest place in the country to get a first meeting. It's everybody knows everybody. You know, we're growing, but we're still a small town feel. And so if I don't know the answer, I know you know the answer. If you don't know the answer, somebody at the Economic Development Partnership in North Carolina, or someone at the North Carolina Biotech Center, someone at NC State University or A&T University. We've got all of these incredible assets.
One of those partnerships that's so, I think, beneficial to North Carolina and plays into the high-tech research we have here in the Triangle area is also the research station effort. So the field research effort in North Carolina is a true partnership. The North Carolina Department of Agriculture, we own and operate 12 of the 18 research stations, and NC State operates 6. And we've got to have each other in that partnership, but we find synergy there, and it's just been great over the years to work with NC State and Dean Richard Linton and his staff there.
It's been incredible what's coming out of NC State over the last few years. If you look at 2019, NC State received more USDA federal funding than any other university in the country. The tech transfer, the spin-outs, and that's only going to excel once we get the plant science initiative up and running. So it really is, it's putting new companies out. The resources like you mentioned, our research stations, all of that ties into this ecosystem that's helping us thrive.
Yeah, and you know, I would say that if NC State had to do that on their own, they might not achieve those things, but it's what they have and that engine and that firepower, but the partnerships with folks like you, folks at the NCDA, the companies at RTP, it all works together.
That's right. The ecosystem is fueling itself, and we just need the rest of the world to watch out.
Right. So, Lexington or Eastern style, what's your preference?
Eastern North Carolina style, for sure.
So Ryan, thank you. Thank you very much for joining us here in the Department of Agriculture building. I'm Sandy Stewart. I serve as the Assistant Commissioner. Ryan Combs, Executive Director with the Research Triangle Partnership, Regional Partnership.
That's fine.
So thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks.